TCU Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs Don Mills says that TCU is no longer releasing the exact number of students affected by the H1N1 virus, more commonly known as swine flu, at the request of the Tarrant County Public Health Department. Students who visit the Brown-Lupton Health Center complaining of flu-like symptoms receive a generic test for influenza type A, and if their results return positive, they're given Tamiflu, which treats both H1N1 and influenza type A. Associate Director of Communications Lisa Albert told me that TCU does not consider the exact number of students to be helpful information and wants to focus more on the treatment rather than the number of ill students. The last official number of students exhibiting flu-like symptoms was 88 on Wednesday. TCU PR professor Maggie Thomas says that not disclosing the exact number of ill students is not a wise PR move on TCU's part because students will automatically assume the worst. However, TCU Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs Don Mills told me today that TCU is much healthier than it was last Monday. For TCU News Now, I'm Christina Durano. The administration is no longer disclosing the number of students exhibiting flu-like symptoms. Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs Don Mills tells the Daily Skiff that the university does not consider the exact number of ill students to be, quote, helpful information. On Wednesday, 88 students exhibited flu-like symptoms. That was the last number TCU released. Mills says most cases are mild and students generally recover within 2 to 4 days. All students showing signs of the flu are being treated with Tamiflu. The Center for Disease Control estimates that ultimately about a third of the world's population will be affected by swine flu. Freshman Corey Landers was loving his first week of college. The freedom, the friends, and even the classes. Until Wednesday.
I started feeling feverish, and so I went to the health center, and they checked me for the diseases, the cotton swab test, if you haven't heard of that. And well, they told me I had the flu.
Landers was just one of the 185 TCU students confirmed with influenza type A since the beginning of the semester.
There were a lot of students who had flu-like symptoms. We didn't test very many for H1N1 because it's a very expensive test, and if a person is positive for influenza A, it's treated the same way as if it were H1N1.
I think it's easier just to get the students diagnosed with whatever as quickly as possible and get them self-isolated, because if you have to wait for the whole H1N1 test, it's just so many more people can get infected.
The Tarrant County Public Health Department has independently confirmed 6 of TCU's flu cases as H1N1. All flu cases have been mild, and most students recover within 2 to 4 days. Landers attributes his speedy recovery to lots of rest and the health center prescribed Tamiflu.
They recommended that I self-isolate myself, and since I live in Fort Worth, I decided to just leave campus. Friday, I felt really good. I was at my house, and I felt really good, but I decided to not come back till Saturday, and just to be sure. And I kept taking Tamiflu until, I don't know, whenever my dose ran out.
Mills estimates that 3/4 of students ill with the flu have already recovered. TCU's efforts to contain the spread of H1N1 include encouraging students to wash their hands and setting up hand sanitizer stations like this one. Mills says the university will remain open until instructed differently by the Tarrant County Health Department. Provost Noel Donovan has instructed faculty to work with ill students to make up missed assignments.
If they have gone to the health center and diagnosed with the flu or flu-like symptoms, they don't have to do anything. Campus Life will send the message to faculty. Again, if they were off campus, then they'll need to notify Campus Life.
Although only 2% of TCU's population has been diagnosed with influenza type A, Mills warns that the virus is everywhere.
A pandemic, we tend to think that's a very dangerous thing. And it doesn't really mean that the illness is dangerous, it means it's everywhere.
Christina Durano, TCU News Now.